So I actually want to do a quick video on whether professors check references or not. And there's two kinds of references that I can think of that you're watching this. So speed to the latter half of this video if you're thinking about letters of references, and watch the first half if you're thinking about references in an article. So if you don't know me, I am Professor Dave Maslick. I'm Associate Professor of Innovation Strategy and Entrepreneurship, and I created this whole reciprocity project to give back as much as I possibly can. There's so many people that help me out that I want to pay the favor forward to help you out. So yes, absolutely, professors check references. So the first kind of references, these are sort of the references or bibliography at the end of your paper if you're writing that. Definitely professors actually check references all the time. I do all the time. So if I am generalizing from a sample of one from me to every professor, not every professor is going to do this. That's probably how you're getting away with some of this kind of stuff. But I certainly do, and I think a lot of people do, check those references and make sure that they are A-okay. So what we're looking for, does it actually make sense? Are you pulling these citations from a great source? If you're referencing articles like Buzzfeed, for example, and sources like that that are not quite, so Buzzfeed is kind of weird because they've actually transitioned to something a little bit more legitimate than they used to be. But, you know, sort of non-legitimate sources in terms of what they are, those are not going to go so well. And that's going to just irritate me because that sort of makes, you know, it sort of downplays what it means to do higher education, because higher education is tough and we do some really great stuff. And we have to make sure that the standards are there across the board. So if you're doing that, don't do it. You make sure you do a good job with your references. So the other kind of meaning of references is whether you're actually checking references to get into graduate school or a letter of reference. And absolutely, I've been on that side as well. And we do check them, and we check to make sure whether you're going on the job market, for example, or you're getting a graduate school, you know, you're getting into graduate school in some sort of program. Yeah, absolutely. Everybody's going to check those things. And, you know, if it's legitimate from somebody that we know or somebody that is clearly, you know, that is not going to be made up, and we sort of understand who they are, then, yeah, definitely we sort of going to take them at the benefit of the doubt. But often we'll just, you know, especially if we know these people, we'll give them a shout. And that's actually how you get into really good graduate programs, is you actually know the people that are sort of part of the program. That's really, truly how you get into it. It's all very, it's not like a club, but that's how you actually build that sort of credibility, as somebody actually knows who you are, and then they vouch for you on the other side, and it really, really makes a difference. So check that out. And often, you know, it's just because you want to get a hold of somebody and say, hey, how you doing? And then that might come up in terms of that particular person, in terms of talking about them. So, you know, how do you actually improve your odds of doing well with your references, and getting your letters of references together, is make sure that you are catching the attention of the committee that you're thinking about, right? So if you're thinking about going to a certain graduate school and you know certain people in that area, you know, maybe you want to go to, I don't know, Stanford, for example, or Princeton, or some highfalutin place, you know, my institution, wherever it is, you know, I'm just going to vouch for that. But if you want to go to some highfalutin place, just look to see who's there, and then look in your sort of Rolodex of, nobody uses Rolodexes anymore, but look in terms of all your network and see who went to that school and who could sort of vouch for you in terms of knowing that particular individual. That's going to help out a lot, and they can sort of have a point of contact. That often really does make a difference in terms of, you know, is this person sort of legitimate? Can they speak to the quality of the candidate based on where they're going to, and those kind of things. So just really do a little bit of groundwork first with the connections that you're thinking about, and is really just thinking about those connections before you actually get the letter of reference, and really ask them to sort of communicate that in terms of what it means to those particular people. That's how those letter of references are actually going to really, 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 really matter. Oh, and one last thing. For those of you who are still following this and you're thinking about your references on a paper, just cite legitimate, great sources, you know, New York Times, those kind of things. Yep, those are really legitimate. That means that somebody actually took the time to work at it and do their work. That journalism stuff that they learn about, they really do a good job. And it really does matter. So check those ones out. Anyways, if you like this video, give me one of those things. If not, give me one of those too. I don't know. Maybe I could type with my thumbs. But yeah, anyways, take care and have a good day. All right, bye.